everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a very special video inspired by one of my new favorite shows, Wednesday on Netflix. Those of you who don't know, in the show there's a special academy for outcasts featuring characters like werewolves, sirens, gorgons, vampires, you name it. And since I've been seeing a lot of people compare Enid to Kinkajou and talk about Moonwatcher being Wednesday, I know I just couldn't pass up this opportunity. This video does contain spoilers for Moon Rising and some very light spoilers for Wednesday, but I'll try to keep things to a minimum. Also, before I start the video, a huge shout out to my patrons, 𝙈𝙊𝙍𝙁𝙊, Springtail Productions, and 3 Moons. Thank you so much for supporting me. Links to their social medias are in the description down below. If you'd like to support me, Patreon is a great option that comes with awesome rewards at very cheap prices. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into the video. First off, if Jade Mountain Academy was like Nevermore, Kinkajou would just be Enid, a bright, bubbly werewolf with a heart of gold. I definitely think Kinkajou would also be a late bloomer when it comes to getting her werewolf powers, but dragons like Glory would encourage her to just be herself and let it come naturally. Kinkajou being a cute little werewolf is just so perfect, and I can totally see this. She would certainly give Moon the Nevermore welcome. And speaking of Moon, while Moonwatcher's personality doesn't fit Wednesday's, she certainly has her powers. Moon's psychic visions show chaotic and dark events, making her obviously a raven. And of course, she'd be best friends with Kinkajou, sharing a dorm hall and 𝙈𝙊𝙍𝙁𝙁 hall together. I can totally see Kinkajou making Moon dress up with her for their version of the Po-Cup. Turtle just feels like he would be a gorgon to me, and with his clumsiness, he would probably turn himself to stone pretty often. Turtle would likely be invited to the Nightshades, a secret organization run by students in the school, because of his animus powers if he still has them in this alternate world. And similarly to Ajax and Enid, Turtle and Kinkajou would start to fall in love. This just aligns so perfectly. Kinkajou would be head over heels for him, and he would have no idea. Carnelian feels like either a siren or a vampire to me, but I'm leaning more towards her being a siren. Like Bianca, she would wear her necklace in order to feel less guilty about her powers, though Carnelian certainly would admit that part to anybody. The Jade Winglet members I've struggled with the most regarding their powers are Umber, Keebley, and Winter, so if you guys have any ideas as to what they could be, let me know down below. And just like Xavier, Mighty Claws would have the ability to make his drawings and paintings come to life. This could be natural or the enchantment given him by Darkstalker if that story happens in this universe. But it would be awesome to see Mighty Claw use his powers, as well as possibly even have a bigger role in the story because of it. As soon as I began brainstorming Icicle, the thought hit me. What if she was a Hyde working for her master, ex-Queen Scarlet? This would just be perfect! And Wednesday, Hydes are people that unlock their beastly form in their genes by unearthing trauma, through hypnosis, or forceful chemical methods. Whoever unlocks a monstrous side of the Hyde becomes their master, forced to do their bidding. What if Icicle was the Hyde who got unlocked by Queen Scarlet, and that's why she had to kill the Dragons of Destiny for her? Just imagine a scene where Icicle turns into her Hyde form, chasing down the Dragons of Destiny while the other characters have to stop her. That would just be great. It would add a lot more emotion to the scene, where you wonder if Icicle should truly be sympathized with after having to work for Queen Scarlet in such a terrible way. And having Moon and friends solve the mystery of who the Hyde is would be incredible. I also feel like Onyx would be a teacher rather than a student, and take Miss Thornhill's place as being the first normie teacher. I'm not sure exactly how this would go along with the main story, so feel free to come up with your own concepts. I just feel like this would work pretty well with Onyx, and whatever nefarious plan she would have. Even though we don't know a lot about the Nevermore classes, there's still a way to put a magical twist on the ones at Jade Mountain Academy. For example, perhaps the Healing Center could teach students how to magically heal injuries through special herbs or even brewed potions. Nevermore is like Hogwarts turned goth, and I love it. This concept mixed with Wings of Fire just brings about a million possibilities. I'm interested to see what people do with it. I may even write a fanfiction of my own. And imagine it like this. What if the NightWing school from Darkstalker's age was like Nevermore? Whiteout would definitely be Wednesday with her visions, although if she had a darker personality, then the two would pretty much be one and the same. Listener could be a werewolf, Clearsight could also be a raven, Fathom could be a gorgon, and so on. Just imagine what could happen if the time period switched. I definitely think this AU could work just as well, especially with Albatross being a Hyde and all the crazy stuff that could happen. But anyways, what do you guys think? What outcasts would the other members of the Jade Winglet and Darkstalker Legends protagonists be, and how would the story work with such different characters? Let me know down below. Wednesday truly is an amazing show on Netflix. I would totally recommend it to anybody looking for a unique mystery show with an intriguing story. If you thought you knew the Addams Family, then think again. This version of Wednesday is so original, yet also staying so true to the character at heart. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!